So my name is Seth Rockman. I'm a history professor at Brown University, and I'm really concerned about the attacks on higher education in our country, but I'm also really bothered by the fact that so much of the media attention has been about the fancy schools, the Browns, the Columbias, the Harvards, but the cuts in federal funding for research, in biomedicine, in the life sciences, not to mention the cuts to financial aid, are going to hurt the many more kinds of colleges that exist in the United States, like the 64 teams that are playing in the NCAA tournament. So we decided that we'd use March Madness to call it the real madness, which seems to be the government's effort to defund higher education and turn what is the world's greatest system of schools for research, for opening up class mobility, for opening young people's eyes to the complexities of the world, and simply to abolish that. And this is deeply, deeply concerning. And so we wanted to come out here and talk to sports fans and let them realize that without colleges, there isn't going to be college basketball, there isn't going to be college football. And so we need to save this ecosystem of colleges and universities if we're going to have events like this that have come to Providence.
And for folks who might be watching this video in Rhode Island, what would you want them to know?
Well, that this is hitting close to home, that my colleagues at Providence College are telling me that there have been major cuts to their ability to create opportunities for undergraduate research, that my colleagues at Brown University have had grants terminated, and a whole series of questions have emerged for us about whether, for example, it'll be possible to finish that new biomed center that is begun in the jewelry district. I would hate to see that pit sit there for the next 10 years if the government funds don't come through that allow this research to develop. Our colleagues at Roger Williams, at RISD, at URI are all facing similar kind of cuts to their ability to recruit students and maintain students once federal financial aid is imperiled through the abolition of the Department of Education or the restrictions on the Pell Grants that have been so important for first-gen students to come into higher education and make their way into American society for upward mobility.
And Seth, do you have a call to action for folks today?
Well, I want everyone to, of course, call their representatives in Congress and their senators, letting them know that they care deeply about the colleges and universities that truly make America great. We need more of these elected officials to stand up for these institutions. We're very lucky in Rhode Island to have representatives and senators who recognize the importance of government funding to this system. But in so many other states, where schools that have been competing here in Providence, like Clemson or Arkansas or Nebraska, Omaha, these people are getting hung out to dry by their elected officials, and until their constituents put pressure on them, we're not going to get any resolution.
Last question for you, Seth. You're a historian. What do you make of what's happening in this country right now?
Nothing that I've studied has prepared me for this other than reading the Declaration of Independence. We don't have kings in this country. We fought a revolution to get rid of that, and we're not going back.
Thanks so much, Seth.
Thank you.